know the Me Too movement was a while ago. Oh, this is kind of a serious video. I mean, I could just put this on a freaking podcast. This shit. Okay, everything. Okay, this is cool. This is gonna regard some serious topics, by the way. This legitimately happened. I don't even need to explain myself and say all this other bull and BS and be like, oh, I'm so used to being on the internet, and it's just what people say is just so outlandishly dumb, and stupid. I'm gonna go back to what I was talking about. I have been, this might sound surprising to y'all, but sexually abused, traumatized. I don't know what else. I mean, I can go on, and there are a couple members of people that I know of, about 3 that I can recall. I don't want to think about this too much. And I've basically been raped. I don't know if I can say that without getting age restricted, demonetized, or whatever. It's happened more than once. I didn't ask for nothing. It just kind of happened. I did not enjoy it. I'm not going to lie. It seemed wrong. See, I've been sexually abused before, and there are a lot of situations where me personally, and this is, like I said, I don't even need to say that I'm not lying about this, because I'm just, it's just something it's never been resolved. And I mean, I tell you guys about my life all the time, so I might as well tell you guys this. And honestly, I feel like it's worth it, and I feel like it should happen, so that's why this video is being made, and I feel like there's no reason why it shouldn't. And it doesn't go against any guidelines, and if it does, then, I mean, it is what it is. Because I never really told anybody, so, yeah, besides that, there's a lot of stuff that I personally don't even remember that's happened to me. Besides that, I've been pressured into doing things, and a lot of my life I've been stressed, so a lot of my choices I don't mean to make, and there are choices and things that I don't mean to make, and there are times on X Deadlies that is the case. And me being peer pressured into drugs and pressured into doing drugs, and doing that on X Deadlies completely ruined. That is one of the reasons why X Deadlies was the way it was, and I might have been toxic at times, is because I was already stressed at home. I was already having my own problems at home. So when I hop on games and when I play games, and although the internet might seem good at times, but the people I go against might have better internet, or certain times it's a situation like that. I never thought I'd be talking about this. It might seem like, oh, rage and, anger issues, whatever.
Basically what I'm trying to say is I'll make a video or make a live stream, and there are times where I will let that energy out and lash out on people on video games, and it's obviously the wrong thing to do. And because there was so much negativity around me sometimes, not all the time, but when those times happen is when I don't know what to do. I just can't think. Stress freezes up the brain temporarily. It's a scientifically proven thing. Too much stress causes the brain to freeze, and there's just no thinking. And this is also scientifically proven. Sorry, the Sora Online Harlow realization is going off. I'm in the middle of playing it. It's a scientifically proven fact that we basically only use about 10% of our brains in our everyday life. And in most situations or something like that, we don't use our full brain all the time. And so with all that said, I mean, and after all, the concussions and all the stuff that's happened to me, especially after 2020, there are times where, I definitely couldn't think for myself, and definitely couldn't make decisions myself because of all the stuff that was around me and the people that didn't help. And I had to be the one to do it myself, to get myself back on my feet and to do all this, myself. It was me. Sure, there could have been some people here and there that did a little bit of stuff here and there, and maybe there are some people that actually care. And I'm not saying I'm like sad or like in a bad mood or in a bad whatever right now. Like I feel the best right now. I'm just saying in general that in general. And there are times where I'll lash out and maybe like expel that energy or frickin' or that just all the bad vibes will like go to me, and then I'll frickin' do that to other people and just be rude or mean or just do things that are negative and wrongful to other people and the people that I even love, and I don't mean to do it too. And that's some of the reason why people see me as a bad person sometimes, or toxic, mostly on the channel X Deadlies, because for a while that was one of the worst points of my life until the absolute worst in 2020, and so on and so forth. But moving on,
that's its own situation. But yeah, pretty much if I mess up and make mistakes, it's one of the reasons is because of what I have to deal with, and I still have to deal with 20 years in and decades of just stuff every day, and now I'm having possibly a life-threatening disease that I've been not necessarily diagnosed with, I guess, not confirmed completely, but multiple scoliosis, whatever. I have that to start with. That's besides the tumor thing on my neck. That's like thyroid cancer. That's numbing the neck. And there's a lot of other things that go into it. I probably have lung cancer because I was smoking. Because I wanted more friends too. And at my best self, and how I realized I'd rather have no friends and have the best life than have friends ruining my life and my lifespan and ruining a lot of the stuff that I had set up and all these goals that now I can't even do a lot of the stuff. Now I can't work out as good. Now I can't play sports and do all this stuff. I had a series, right? And any of you guys might steal this idea because that's how the internet is. And it's not like the Sidemen and how their sports were doing. It was a championship, right? And this is one of many ideas I had planned. And it was with the clan, and it was sponsored by the clan, but it was also the brand that I had, and the business that I am the CEO of. At the time, I believe was Grand Gold Vibe Entertainment. But this was even beforehand. This was around Team Imperial, and that was around CGS and all of that. But 2017, it was, sorry about the sirens in the background, but it was basically, I'm trying to get all these topics in, and try to talk about this.
You fool!
No! It was a sports championships, and we were going to design our own award trophy, and we were going to hold it every year, and that's besides the gaming stuff that we had planned, and even movies and TV shows. I had a TV show or movie, whatever, of the clan that was going to have its own movie. This was besides the gaming, but it was supposed to be like an action movie. It was really cool. Not like Fast and Furious, but like a team movie, because why the frick not? And with all the clan members, you don't see FaZe Clan doing that or Optic doing that. They're sticking to gaming. But my clan was going to rise bigger than that and do better than that. But for years and years, me and I was the only person that wanted to do anything in every clan that I've ever done. I had no excuses. Sure, I had stuff going on back home and stress and all of that, but I had not a single excuse to not hit a clip. And I hit clips for years, and I did this for years. And for years, I've been doing what all of my members and co-leaders and everybody in the clan was supposed to do, and it just never happened. So it's and then when people come out making videos talking smack on me or talking trash on me or trying to expose me and this and that, when they don't even they talk like they work as hard as I have. They have no idea how hard I've worked for my YouTube channels, let alone there's so much stuff. There's so much stuff that I've done, and just to be said, and obviously I'm a little bit frustrated from it because I've done so much work, and for someone else to talk like I've done work during like it's stupid.
And out of all those videos that I've seen talking badly about me, and all of that Bird said, I've not seen a single achievement, a single thing. Like I said before, I haven't seen anything from anybody that does anything on the level that I have presented Legendary Grand Entertainment, or anything that I've done in Legendary Grand Entertainment, even outside, before, during, and after, which there is no after Legendary Grand Entertainment, because this is the thing that I've been sticking with ever since I was born for 22 years. Ever since I started doing all of this, no one is compared. Not a single person is compared to the stuff that I put myself through and I make, and that I put on the internet, and that I put everywhere else in real life, not just the internet. And it's hilarious when other people try to talk as if they've done a lot of the stuff that I did. No, you will never amount to that. As long as you keep continuing doing that mistake that you started in 2016, you will not amount to that, Bird. As long as you keep doing them mistakes like you've been doing before 2020, since that BO3-1v1, you will not be amounting to absolutely anything. So you guys can do whatever you want, and everybody else around that can do whatever they want, but they will never amount to anything that I've done. And you could say the closest you get to that is copying my ideas. Go for it. Go for it. But have fun with copyright infringement. Basically, I'm not getting the credit given because, you know, there's birds out there that will steal freaking content from me, and I'm not getting the credit. No one's giving the credit. So I let YouTube know about it. YouTube hasn't done jack shot, and I'm not going to say the other thing, but I like Jack's links. And I don't mean Link from Legend of Zelda, but I also am the Grand Legend, the original Grand Legend, and the freaking legendary grandfather of LGE. The point is, I like Jack Links, and I don't get the credit given to me. It's almost like all these people are making videos from, instead of like praising me and giving me the freaking credit I deserve, and doing like all this good stuff, and yo, this guy's done a lot, this guy's done some cool series, and I hope we could collab, or instead of just doing all of that, they do the complete opposite and try to call out things that don't exist. And obviously y'all could see that, and it's just I don't understand it. I'm confused. I don't mind it. I'm not bothered by it now. I'm saying it's whatever. I am bothered by the fact that YouTube's not doing anything so far. That's the only thing that does bother me. But besides that, I just don't like how these are the only videos that I see about me so far. It's just these. That's when I know I'm actually growing and getting popular, and more popular by the day. That's how I know. And it's just, it might start out with that, and then those videos will finally come. But for right now, I'm just genuinely disappointed, and just, it's embarrassing to see those videos being made, and it really sucks because those are the only videos saying anything about me so far, and it's not even anything except someone going insane, being unintelligent, saying that they have respect for me, and then talking trash, wishing I don't succeed, and then saying they wish I succeed. There's nothing to say to any of that, and I wish all of them the best and hope the best for them, and hope going forward YouTube will do something. And besides that, hope I can absolutely make the best content possible, as I do already. And as I continue doing that, I hope I can come up with even more ideas for you guys to enjoy and watch. And one of my favorite parts, be a part of.
I've done so much work, and people don't understand how much work I put in, and how much work they don't put in with these generic-ass thumbnails. I'm not going to go after some YouTubers, birds, or anything. And these cringe-worthy, monotonous, generic things that I see all the time, or just drawing these kid-ass pictures. I could go on and on about all of that, but it's childish, and it's very simple, and I can do it. News channel, I could do that. Drawing circles and putting a hat on it, a Mario hat, I can do that. And don't get me started on shapes of a bird or something and just weird, like, that's not original. You know how many channels are named Hawk? And I'm not going after anybody, but it's just funny because when you try to be, they're not even trying to be original. It's not even that. I shouldn't even say that because they're not even trying to be original. For one, there's countless channels named that. Back to the original point. So I've gone through a lot, and anybody can make fun of anybody because negative is the new normal. Negative is how everybody is nowadays. Just everybody's stressed out to the point that their mind and brain works in such a way where everybody's just negative. And if anybody, me for example, if I talk about something like this or talk about something that might offend sensitive people or offend people for some reason, then everybody gets mad at me and everybody gets mad at XDeadlies, because at that time it was around when, well, everybody was negative then, and since negative was something that's, negativity has been something growing bigger and bigger, I stress out people for calling them out on stuff they know is true, so they make a video called My Only Response Maybe, in parentheses, and I stress them out to the point where they stutter, they can't even speak correctly, and the thing they do is draw kids in pictures and then try to go after a older audience, a mature audience, and then have a Call of Duty drawing clan. Like, what the f*** is an N1K? What does it even stand for? Not one kid? That's bull. What are you based off of? Mario? No, but let's get serious. I'm sorry, but it's like and that's one of the things that I made that video off of from before, is because they were just saying the same thing with no explanation, no reasoning, unreasonably illogical, stupid statements, no points, and it's not an argument when they have nothing valid that they said. There's nothing valid to say from them, because I haven't done anything from what they think that I've done or that they said I've done on videos. That's why, for one, I made the gamer tags, so any gamer tags I say, I'm just going to call them their previous name. Dark Recursion, for example. Got so mad and knew I was right to the point where he just basically said stuff he's saying for years. When people are so simple-minded, they keep repeating stuff for years because they don't know what to back up on. They back up to the same thing because they're just like, okay, damn, he's right. Damn it, I shouldn't have messed with the homies X17 or XDeadlies, or damn it, he's so smart. How is he so fucking good at what he does? And just unexpectedly does this stuff like iDubbbz. Yeah, I don't try to be negative. If I went to be negative, I would have more of a response, more views, more traction, more popularity, more clout. I would have so much stuff if I went for all of that and negativity. It would be a completely different direction right now. I wouldn't be making this video, in fact. But again, I'm not out here trying to destroy people's channels. I'm not out here to go against guidelines and talk trash on other people's channels when they're working harder than generic, what is called trolling channels. Firstly, YouTube does nothing about it. If they can purge fake subscribers, that's why a lot of people, including some of the people that I brought up, have fake subscribers and views. Pretty much everybody in that video that I made a video about has fake this or that, and then they try to come after me and say, I have this and I have this. I admitted that maybe less than 100 subscribers were fake on XDeadlies. Okay, whatever. I spent all that time. It wasn't a lot of time. It was like, what, 5 minutes or something. I don't know. It was not that long. And I did that. So the fuck what? I live my life and do what I do. Why are you so on my dick about shit? And that's another thing, is with the negative thing being how it is nowadays, people are so obsessive and then act hard and then act like badass or something, or act just a certain way. And if people with a mind, or people with common sense, that really see that, it's very self-explanatory and obvious that they're just compensating, and they're what they really are is very obviously the opposite of how they act on the internet. And that's pretty much everybody that I made that video on. They're the opposite. One of them I knew for, shoot, I don't even know, for a whole decade, over a decade now, Birdbrain. And I knew him for so long to the point that if anyone tries to disprove me, I would love for anybody to do that. But if you don't have the experience of over 10 years of being around Bird or Hawk, then you can't say a single thing. If he wants to say something, I would love for him to say what he wants to say, but I've been around him for over a decade, and sure, people change, whatever, but when we're talking about that time, I'm going to go off of what happened in that time frame of 2016, 2017, you know, when Origins was made. I'm going to talk about that. I'm not going to talk about nowadays and switch up information about that, because from what I remember, I'm going to go straight in and just talk about that. I have no reason to lie. Why would I lie? I'm just saying, just prove me wrong. And with evidence, of course, and research. And I know this video has gone into different directions, but it's funny how detailed and descriptive I am about things when they say that I'm wrong. But if I'm wrong, how am I going into detail, and how am I going so much in depth to the point where I get a response pretty much no matter what? And if I don't, then they knew I'm right either way, because you can't disprove someone who doesn't have the time for any of this, because the time I put in is for me, my brand, the fans, and the audience, and anybody that wants to work with me. That's the only things I put in time for. But yeah, back to the first thing that I was talking about right quick to finish it off. I've been through a lot, right? But it doesn't mean that I'm going to stop doing what I do. I'm not trying to go make myself a different image. I'm not going to try to act like a this or that, or badass, like I said, or act cool, or act like this. I'm just being who I am. And that's the difference between the character I played, XDeadly's. That was the most popular channel I had for years and years. I went through 3 different states letting people know who that channel was, and it popped off. 3 different states, by the way. I went through 3 different states, but I don't touch grass. I don't go out of my house. One of the people that said that, by the way, has only been in pretty much 2 states. 2 states. And I'm not going to go in how many places I've been, because that doesn't matter, and all the stuff that I'm explaining here, I don't have to, but I just want to let y'all know. Because if I'm wrong, and if I'm this, I would love to see research, evidence, proof, anything, really. For the past 5 years, I've been saying that, because that's when Dark Mario started his BS and with CGS. And still to this day, 5 years later, you know what hasn't came up? No proof, no evidence, no video showing anything, but just a video of my only response, maybe. Talk about anything in that video that was well worth mentioning. What the frick am I getting McDonald's coupons for? I don't need none of that. They must have saw my McDonald's food review. But that is the complete truth on XDeadly's, and I've talked about it on the homies ZXinfinite and got peer pressured into doing those things, and that's what really ruined not just my life. Well, hold on, let me reword that. Not just the channel, XDeadly's, and not just a character that I played of XDeadly's, but my life overall. So now I deal with these consequences without even me wanting to doing those things in the first place, and without me now I have to deal with the consequences that I don't have to deal with, but now I have to.
Here's the thing that I completely misinterpreted and misunderstood watching this video here, that I'd like to say really quick is there was no consequences in doing what I did. It was just me trying to do the best I can, and I made some mistakes along the way, and there were people that are making mistakes doing these negative things and uploading these videos on YouTube that YouTube hasn't done anything about, but it goes against their guidelines, but they're completely fine with it. But anyhow, those are the situations that I'm saying, for example, are quote-unquote consequences. Now, it's such an over-exaggeration to say that I was toxic and to say all these things about me during X Deadlies, and firstly because of all the stuff I've already explained in this video, what I've said before, and everything I've explained about that, and the downfall of X Deadlies, and overall. Those are just many of examples and many explanations of just people all live life, right? That's just a part of my life. This is a part of my life. That's that. Need I explain more? Need I say more? There's nothing else to say. It's just stuff that happened in my life. Oh well. And then there's two people that are obsessing over me, and I don't swing that way, as you guys all know.
It's and I mean, I just go with the flow. I mean, I can't really just go back in time. If I can go back in time, again, I would start off with the name the homie ZXinfinite back in 2012, and I would keep that channel for 10 years straight, and then I would have just went from there. But Pokemon was really good firstly, so I named myself Epic Poketrainer Z, and had the Zekrom full art from, I think, the black and white. I think it was black and white was the set of the profile picture, the Pokemon TCG set. I don't know. But I got a whole stack of games I'm looking at for the past couple days that I cannot wait. Like, if you guys want to see all these games right here just waiting to be played and gameplay on, and you know what, matter of fact, let me show y'all. I got a Super Mario World video now and currently editing.
It's officially already a year old and almost 2 years old, and anyone can say anything about the viewers and how much likes and views it has, but thank you guys for the support, and I really hope you guys enjoyed that video.
And I just finished the Donkey Kong one, Donkey Kong Country. I'm still working as hard as I possibly can and still pushing myself towards... I'm way past a limit. I don't have a limit. It's like Limit Break in Dragon Ball. Because I don't stop. Sure, I've been pressured into drugs. I've been doing unhealthy things and doing a lot of stuff that messes up a lot of the stuff that I had planned, sure. But even then, I'm still pushing towards the goal. It doesn't matter if I'm in a wheelchair. It don't matter if my limbs have to get cut. It don't matter if I become blind or deaf. Don't matter what the content, it's still something I'm doing since a couple years after YouTube started. I've been on YouTube for so long that I've been on YouTube for most of its lifespan so far, of the time that it's been up, that it's existed. So it's just kind of funny when these quote-unquote content creators and these randoms try to be like, no, this is how YouTube works, this is how YouTube does things, this is how I feel about this, and then going against the community guidelines, and then it's just like, okay, what is there really to talk about now? What is there to do? Because I've already completely went in on these topics. They're pretty much done. There hasn't been a video since then, and I don't really want a response. Like I said in that video, I don't really want anything from them except to just learn to just live your own life, pay attention to yourself, pay attention to things that matter to you, but that doesn't mean other people that aren't affecting you. If I'm stressing you out, don't watch me. If I'm right and it's stressing you out, then I'm right. Firstly, work on your own life, and that's mainly the one thing you should do. Secondly, and this isn't negative in any way, but of course they're going to think it's negative, or at least a little kid named Dark Mario, because he needs to grow up, because he really just needs to go outside too. Because outside and in real life, these are stuff you'll learn when you go outside.
You realize going out into the real world that people are going to ask what you do, and you're going to say, oh, I draw Mario stuff. And they're like, oh, cool. That's pretty cool. And then you're going to say, but it's mine though. You know, it's my thing that I made and no one else did it before. And no, like, that's just not how that works. And you also realize that going out into real life and experiencing these real things, people aren't going to have that reaction you think they're going to have, and you've been saying on the internet to me that they have. They're going to either say the stuff that I've been saying, that I'm trying to get you to snap to reality by saying those things, and they'll either say that or just ignore it or just not care. Or both. Or most of the time they'll be questioning things left and right because it's like, what is the point, bro? Like, what is the point of their entire thing ever?
Because I've been outside so much to the point where I roast people and I show them how they're wrong and explain to them how they're wrong and bring up good points, and they say I'm wrong and I stress them out. And all this stuff they make videos on and exposing and this and that. It's funny, the only one to try to make an exposing video that got so stressed out and mad was getting mad that he lost to Black Ops 3 1v1. Keep that in mind, a video game. Again, when I'm talking about acting hard and internet thugs and stuff, if you're getting mad about a video game and then you claim something else, it's like... like, other stuff starts to hurt. Because, like, really? What the... Money doesn't make a person. In the sense of what I'm talking about here. Money doesn't matter in this situation. Money never really matters. But money is, it's a tool. It's something that people use to act like they have a higher status or they're better. And then they become egotistical, narcissistic, and they just become a different person when they might get a little bit of a boost from a little bit of money. I've been the same person ever since I've gotten money for as long as I have. And, I mean, it's gotten me equipment. I've gotten some from some cool places, and I can't complain. But I mainly do it for the content and the business that I do. Because I'm here on this earth. I'm here for a reason. For a huge reason. I do things that are funny. I do comedy. I do entertainment. And no matter what, it gets a reaction. No matter what I do, it gets a reaction from people. And it's and that's what kind of motivates me and inspires me when I get these exposing videos and stuff, because then I'm like, okay, I don't have to, but I'll sit here for an hour and really analyze and see if he really goes in depth on my channel and analyzes the videos. But all he did was go after my worst KD videos or just me playing the game, really. All I do is play the game, and then he's just like, this is funny, I'm talking trash on this. Can you do something useful or significant to the platform? Who the fuck cares? Hit the gym. No excuses. No excuses. Because you're the only one that cared. That's why no one made an exposing video on X Deadlies. It's so emotional off that video. To the point where the Black Ops 3 1v1 loss hurt you so bad because you were talking trash. Because for whatever reason, for weeks straight, to the point where when I invite you, you lose, you get that mad. You start spending hours and hours of watching me and doing stuff about me, but you don't like me. And you'll comment and go in my chat about how you don't like me. But then you're going to come back to me. It's just like Dark Recursion / Razorwire. It's the same situation. And then Dark Mario came back. I thought he was living a life, but again, I thought he learned his lesson and started living his life. Apparently not. I was right about him too. About them not having a life. Because then again, there he is, talking trash with frickin' Caveman Bullfrog Fairy.
This just shows how bad I hurt these little kids' feelings for no reason at all over video games. To the point where someone who acts like so positive to people will come back to talk trash. But again, knowing my DMs are open and hopefully quitting, just hilarious because I feel like it's just all little kids getting mad about video games, and that's the truth. That's truly what it is. That is the whole point of this. and especially frickin' Bird. He's the most childish of them all. And it's sad to see that he just proves my point every day and proves me right every day that he wakes up and goes to sleep. Every time he does any of that, he proves my point until he actually improves on everything and his whole life by getting the help he needs. I also think that the other one should get some help. I mean, it's really whatever. Because it's their lives, they choose what they do in their lives. But coming from a doctor's perspective, coming from a therapist's perspective, and someone who knows about situations and knows about experiences in real life, I highly suggest that possibly some kind of other source in general, besides gaming, a source to put all of that energy and emotion into besides gaming, because gaming is making them like this and act immature and childish. So I think that the solution is, instead of gaming, it's something else. I don't know what it is. It could be drawing for the random Mario. It could be frickin' for Bird, it could be cosmetics, and beauty and cosmetics, like frickin' James Charles. Josh, James Charles, it's perfect. They're like twinsies, The same for Caveman Bullfrog Fairy, because that guy needs to leave his house. He needs help, like serious help. He needs to find people that are outside of his house. He needs to like open his front door for the first time since he's been in that house.
On the other hand, you got Birdbrain, who's still looking at my content. I don't care if he looks at my content. That's fine if he still wants to be my friend and then talk trash about me and then talk trash and say bad things about me and negative things, but yet he's still on my channel watching stuff that's still me. You're still watching me. You're acting like X Deadlies is a different person. And I'm not going to explain how X Deadlies and how difference is between me and X Deadlies, but come on, bro. Why am I the only one who's grown? Why am I the only one who grew up after all these years? Between Dark Mario and Birdbrain. Just saying. And this isn't like a part 2, right? But it's something that I want to speak about. I have to speak about. Because if YouTube, like I said, if YouTube's doing nothing about it, then it's my turn. Simple. It's straight up my turn. With all due respect, because I love the platform. I spend infinite hours on this platform, unlimited hours, and watching so many people's content that are just different from different cultures and just so many things that I'm interested in now.
For whatever reason, the video ends there, but I've watched so many things and just so many channels and different videos and different things, and it's really cool to know that I just know so many people, and not just, in real life and on YouTube, and even people that don't use YouTube anymore, and people that was gonna do YouTube and just ended up never doing it. But, my point still stands. There's just so much that I love about YouTube and that I know about YouTube. And it's just something that I've been on for a very, very long time. So I find it disappointing when there's things like this, bringing down the platform and weighing it down from, the success that it could have, and all the things that it could have. Because of people like everybody that I mentioned here. But Birdbrain and, the obese one. Those are the primary issues at hand. And since I have to take matters in my own hands, I ended their careers a long time ago. But they never had a career to begin with. But if Josh did at any point in time, then I had to give him a career to destroy it. I did the ill shot, and even before the ill shot, that was it. But then I did the ill shot, and then that's what really freaking got him upset. And then they made that stupid video that didn't make no sense to anybody, and I can't believe that. I just want to see one of the higher ups at YouTube watch that video and just talk to me. Like, I want to be in a call with them or something, like with face cam, and just see their reaction to that video and actually see what they think. If I could get like the new CEO of YouTube and actually see their opinion on a video like that, it would just it would be freaking rich. It's so embarrassingly humiliating and disappointing, and it just really sucks for the entire platform that that's what's being shown to everybody. And yeah, we could say how it goes out to the audience, sure, but how many more people could be seeing it is really the underlying issue and the problem there, and it really sucks. You know, freaking, you know, just underneath it all and beneath it all, just straight up the fact that those people will see it, and if they see it, let's just say they do, and when they do, and if they do see it, they will see it, and then the reaction is just basically what I've already said. Like, it's just, and it's also someone that I knew in real life. So, you know, I responded in the way, and I guess I'll add to this video talking about that video that I finished too. And I talked about it in a way, and I talk about every time I talk about him in a way, such a way, because I know him. I know how he's going to act. I know what he's going to do. I can read him like a freaking book. Like Jax films this SS Sniper Wolf when he had that thing going on. It's literally the same in that response video that I did. And it's not even a response video. It's just a video that I made talking about the video he made on me. Not even a response to anything. And I haven't even made a single response. It's just me talking about the issues that YouTube should focus on, and how we can remove that from the platform, and how we can all go forward with it, and the steps forward. I've already talked about it. I've already done all that, and I don't want to keep making videos like this. I don't want to keep having this negativity around me, my LGE, them, or the platform. I want them to grow, that bird and all the rest of those randoms. I want them to grow to the point where I don't have to call them randoms, and I can call them who they are, but I can't because they're just randoms. They're not improving. They're not doing anything to better themselves. They're just showing how immature they are, and showing that the platform, they want to bring down the platform. And I think either deplatform them or do something about them, because we're not going to get anything out of this except negativity, and bring negativity to the platform. If that's what YouTube wants, then nothing has to be done. We'll just kick back, and I'll keep doing the videos I do, and we'll just all live that life and just have it worse for YouTube. Or we can actually take these steps forward and actually get things done, so we can all, you know, go forward. And I know they're working on a lot of things, and I know they probably have a lot they're doing, but it's like I said before, it's such a simple and easy task to look at this very quickly. It doesn't take that much time to figure things out. Yeah, I had a lot of time that I talked about it. Yeah, the videos I made are hours and, you know, how many minutes long, and freaking however long it was. But that's besides the point. It's just me basically explaining stuff that I've already said. And if me and YouTube just talked about it straight up, and we've just had a conversation, it could have been done like way faster than just doing all of the extra work. But with all that said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I think I talked about everything I wanted to talk about in this video, and now I am finally finished with all of this, and I can edit my freaking Thornton Smash video, and then my Minecraft videos finally, and then be fully done with all these videos. Oh my gosh, I wanted to stop editing for a while when I almost got finished with it, and I was starting to be done with everything, and then edit the Minecraft videos. The Minecraft videos is the last thing I'm going to work on, but nope, I had all those videos, and now finally I'm finally done, and now I can continue doing everything else in the grind. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, thank you for watching. Hope you guys have a grand legendary day. Say stuff in the comments, and freaking join me in my live streams. Link always in the description below for my second channel or my live streaming channel, and that's about it. So appreciate y'all. Thank you for the support, and I'll see you guys in the next content related thing.